Hi, I'm Chef Sherry Ronning, and I am here with another cooking segment in the Healthy Griddle cooking series for you. This is going to be a quick recipe, not very many ingredients. I have the griddle already preheating at 400 degrees. And it's just, I'm going to make cheese crisps for you. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before. I've made it a few times on the outside griddle. So I'm hoping it turns out on the inside griddle here. The, this is a recipe that I like to do for salads. I've made it and you can actually even snack with it. So I want to show you just different, this it's super easy recipe but a lot of people don't think to make of this on the griddle. So I just want to give you guys just some different options. And I don't know if you can hear Lola. Lola's barking. I think we've got critters out in the backyard that she thinks she needs to be the watchdog. As you can you see the snow out there? We've got a nice piling up on the roof. It's getting there and on the railing. I'm not sure if you can see the railing. Just want to give a few shout outs from the last time I was on. I want to say thank you for my best friend Amanda Merrick and the Merrick family for watching me from Belleville, Michigan. I've asked, and if you're coming in, and like I've done in the past, when you're coming in, please put in the comments where you're from. I'd like to know. I've had Dan where's Dan from? Dan has been on here quite a bit from Indiana. And, I want to know where you guys are from, where you guys are. We've had Florida, we've had Alabama, Indiana, Illinois, New Jersey. We've had John from New Jersey was the one of my latest one. And then Vermont, we have Stephen Mayo, which he is part of my Blackstone Griddle Lovers group. He is the original founder of that group. And then he decided that he didn't really want, it was too much for him, or he just didn't want the to do it. So I ended up taking over for him. So I'm so thankful for him and his wife for letting me do that. That's a wonderful group. It's a Facebook group called Blackstone Griddle Lovers. And if you're not a part of it, you need to go join it because there's all kinds of stuff going on. And this broadcast, I'm streaming this segment from my YouTube channel live. If you're not subscribed to that, please go there and subscribe. I'm streaming from my Blackstone Griddle Lovers Facebook group, and then also my my page, my From Michigan to the Table Facebook page. So if you want to join any of those, please please do. I really like to have people active in there and talking. And so if you're joining this, even if you're watching the replay, please put where you're from. Post in the comments. And if you're posting from Facebook, please put your name and if you want to put where you're from in the comments, because when I'm looking at the comments when I'm going live here, all it says is Facebook user. It doesn't tell me who it is. I can see the comment, but I can't see who it's from. So if you could do that, that would be really awesome. So the other day, my brother was talking to me and I had no clue until I got off and looked at the comments that it was him. So, it just helps me. And, just talk to me. If you have any questions about the griddle, please feel free to ask. I'm here. I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to get you guys cooking on the griddle. That's my whole point about this series, is to get people up and cooking and getting excited about being on the griddle. I do have a cookbook, recipes for the Blackstone Griddle. If you would like, I have the spiral bound. I have the digital copy. You can go to mygriddlesecrets.com or you can go to frommichigantothetable.com And that's my website that I have all kinds of these recipes on. And you can see what I have. Just see, poke around. I have a griddle course that you can join. You know, if you need a little bit help, want more, you know, more lessons about cooking on the griddle, that's a really good place to start, is the My Griddle Secrets course. So it's a membership that I have, and you know, it's a really good place to go. So today we're just doing cheese crisp. So I have the griddle preheated. Let me switch over here. I'm using the electric Blackstone Griddle, 17-inch. I have it preheated to 400 degrees. It's this on the pad on the whatchamacallit, the thing on the side, on the front here. This actually tells me when it's up to the 400 degree temperature. It has lines on it. And then when it's all these lines are lit up, then I know the correct temperature. So, which is awesome. I really like that feature. Like when you're doing, I have the gas griddle outside. I have the 36-inch gas Blackstone griddle, and then I also have the 22-inch gas Blackstone griddle, but that's outside. We're in Michigan. I'm a wuss. It is not even 20 degrees here, so yeah. I stay inside when it's that cold. I don't like to go outside and cook. I know some people do, and I give you all the props. If you are one of those cooks that go outside and do that, more power to you. But that's why I got my electric griddle, because it's pretty much the same cooking experience, except this is smaller, so I do have to adjust. Like, you know, sometimes I have to cook in batches, but this is, you know, I love this for cooking in the wintertime versus going outside. This does have the porcelain top, so I do use the plastic utensils, like the silicone versus the metal. The outside one, you can use the metal utensils on that just fine. So this recipe, cheese crisp, is very simple. Cheese. That's all you need. I'm going to dress it up a little bit and add some of them. I'm going to add a little bit of this. I'm going to try this. I think I've done like Italian dressing or Italian seasoning a little bit, sprinkled it in, but I'm going to do this everything. My daughter bought this one. Everything bagel seasoning is what I'm going to use on this, just to see. Yeah, I might not like it, but I'm going to experiment. That's what this is all about, is experimenting. And this is a good recipe that I like to use for my salads. I like to make a few of these up. We're doing the healthy griddle cooking series right now, and this is a healthy thing that you can add to your salads. Or some people will actually even eat these as a snack. This is like just a cheese snack for them. They could take and, you know, put them in a baggie and just eat them, you know, when you're at work or whatever. So we're going to get started. Pretty simple. I'm actually going to experiment with a couple different cheeses. I've got the Colby Jack, got mozzarella, and then I've got the Parmesan in the bags, but then I'm also maybe going to try some of the freshly grated Parmesan and see how that works. So I'm just going to get started. I'm hoping, normally I've done this outside on the big griddle and I've not had any problems with it all. So this is the first time I'm using this griddle. So we're going to see how it goes. It might not turn out. You never know, but we're going to see what we have here. I'm just using the Colby Jack cheese. Basically all you do, I'm probably maybe going to do 4 of them. I'm gonna do, and you need to decide like how big you want them. You can have them small, you can have them big. I'm just gonna take some cheese and spread out, and you don't even, with this, you don't even need any, what do you call it? Grease, oil. I'm gonna put a little bit of the sprinkle of this on one of them, just to see. I just want to try it and see how it is, like that. And basically, I'm going to do the mozzarella. I'm going to do like 4 different ones on here to see just how I like them, how they turn out. And you kind of want to keep them all in together. And basically, you're cooking cheese is what you're doing. You're just cooking your cheese. And when it gets all nice and cooked, then we're going to take it off of the griddle. I'm not sure if this is going to turn out, this Parmesan, but we'll see. We'll see how it is. It's just a little bit different kind of a cheese. You never know unless you try. That is one thing that I'm a huge fan of, is just experimenting and trying. You never know unless you try. And I've had a lot of fails where I try something and it's like, like I did the other day. What did I make the other day? I made, for the first time, apple crisp on the griddle for the first time. And it didn't turn out as good as I had hoped it would, but it still was good. I still ate it and didn't have any problems. It still, I didn't burn it and it didn't taste too bad. But, I would have liked it have got, I guess I wanted more of a traditional apple crisp, where like my apples, when I make the traditional kind, the apples are completely cooked down and soft. And this wasn't. The apples were just a little bit crunchy, but it still tasted good. It had the good flavors there, and it was healthy. It was a healthier version. So look at this. Let's see. I'm going to try to get the camera up closer here. See, it is bubbling and it is getting crispy, and that's what you want. That's what this is cheese crisp. You want the cheese to cook, and you want them, to get like crispy. We want them, when we take them off to the griddle, 1, we want them to hold together, and 2, we want them, when they cool down, we want them to be crispy. We want the crispiness of it. In here, it's crispy bubbly on there, but it's not quite in the middle. This one is golden brown. You can really see the golden brown color around it, where this is not as much. There's a little bit, but not as much. The Parmesan is getting golden brown color, and it's pretty melted. The mozzarella is almost all melted, and it's all bubbling. And you see the bubble. And this is where you kind of, remember I said, don't be a flipper. Just be patient with it. Just let it do its thing. And when we're ready, we're just going to pull it off, and I'm going to set it on the board here to cool down, and then it'll harden up, and that's what you want. So this one might be ready. I'm hoping that this comes off pretty easy. Yeah. This is actually, it's crisp. See the crispiness there? It's golden brown. Look at, if you could see the color, it's golden brown like that. I'm going to leave that just like that. And that's got the everything bagel seasoning in it. And I can smell that. When I pulled it off of there, I could smell that everything bagel seasoning. So if you have any comments, please feel free to put them in. I'd like to hear where you guys are from. I'd like to hear how you guys are doing. What's the weather in your area? I have a 6-pound Yorkie, and sometimes you will hear her in the background, or maybe you might see her walking around in the background, but she's being quiet actually right now. When we first started, she wasn't. She was kind of a little bit talkative. Yep, that's what I want. It's nice and crispy. I'm just going to leave it just like that. And I'm holding this up in an angle, and I'm using the bigger one versus the smaller one, because this one will hold this whole thing where this one won't. So that's another maybe tip for you. And it is kind of sticking to the bottom. or, you know, to the griddle, but I'm using the spatula gently to just like scrape it and take it off, and I'm just going to set it on the board and let it cool. This one's nice and crispy brown. And this is another thing too, like you may be tempted on turning it over and cooking the other side. Let's see, do you see the color? Look at how, this is the mozzarella. So that is what the mozzarella. And this too is flimsy. Now while it's hot, you can actually like mold this. I'm gonna take and see if I can get this to mold a little bit. So when it dries, or when it cools down, yeah, maybe it might not do it. It might not hold. But this, I've actually seen where you can do it when it's hot, and like you can do like a taco shape, and you can actually use this and fill this with maybe taco stuff. Instead of using a taco shell, use the cheese shell versus that. That I see a lot. That is in the keto, I think, and I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a healthy eater, and I don't claim to be, but I have seen in the different groups. I'm going to do some more of these. I really liked how the mozzarella one turned. I'm going to do some more of with the everything bagel seasoning in it. And see, it doesn't really, you don't need a whole lot of it to make. I mean, look at it. I just had 4 piles of cheese, and I've got enough here for a couple salads, or if you just want to eat. Just like that. I am going to sprinkle some of this on there. I probably should have tried it before I sprinkled it, but I could smell, it just smells the aroma of it. And this is not quite cooled down. We're just gonna leave it be. I wanted to try this. This is another thing that I want to try. So I'm going to try grating fresh Parmesan. The shredded bag, I was kind of worried that sometimes with the pre-bagged that you don't get it to melt like you want it to, but that did really well. It melted just fine. I didn't have any problems at all. But I'm going to just do just a little bit maybe here and just see how it goes. And did you see how quick this was? Just a matter of just a couple minutes. And this is something too, maybe you can make some of these up and even add to cheeseburgers. This just gives you a different dimension of flavor. I'm just gonna do that. I'm not gonna add a ton to it. And I'm just gonna take my pile, my shredded cheese. I'm just going to add it. This is going to be just a smaller one. I just want to just see how it turns out, which I think it's fine. It's that one turned out really well, and you know it didn't have any problems with it. But I'm going to try to get closer for you here again so you can see. Do you see the bubble? Can you see it bubbling like around there in that, like pretty much the whole thing is bubbling? Do you see that? So with this, there's kind of a fine line between like just letting it cook, letting it do its thing. So if you do it too quick, it's probably going to fall apart and you're not going to be able to get the crisp like you want, like kind of like a cookie shape. So let's actually try this. I'm going to try, I do have my salad here, and basically you're going to take the crisp and you're just going to break it up into pieces like that. So when you do your salad, it has a little bit of crunch to it. It has a little bit of that golden cooked cheese flavor to it. It just gives you a different tasting thing than if you were to just add, just a sprinkle of cheese on there. And then you can just eat it. See, it's got golden brown on that side. This is just really nice. Just add some. Went down the wrong tube. But just to get, there's a nice crunch to it. Really good. I really like these for just adding just different stuff in here. And I probably actually would maybe make some and maybe do like, you got the Parmesan here, and you can even do lettuce, and Caesar, and do like a mini Caesar salad bowl and eat like that. That would be really, really good. I'm going to have to try that. So this I'm going to flip. It's nice and crispy. I can see it's getting brown, and it's coming off very easily. Look how amazing that looks. Nice and crispy. Golden brown there. I'm going to do this one. Just set it on the thing to cool, and it's hot. It's just, so be careful not to burn yourself with the cheese. And this here, this was the fresh Parmesan that I grated and put on. It's all nice and bubbly and crispy, but let's see. And I don't know if it's because maybe it needs to cook a little bit more. Why don't we just let it cook, let it do its thing. It's kind of sticking to the griddle. And that's the difference between the fresh Parmesan and the bagged Parmesan. So let's try this. I want to try this that has the everything bagel seasoning into it and see what that tastes like. Got garlic. This has got the poppy seeds. It just adds another layer dimension of flavor. I really like it. Yeah. I would definitely recommend that. And it's just the cheese and the everything bagel sprinkle there. Let's see if we can get this off. I'm hoping. Yeah. It's not coming off like the others. It's really sticking. Like that. Yeah. It really stuck. I'm going to shut the griddle off because I'm all done here. So I just press it down till I hear the beep, and the stuff went off the display here. And I mean, it looks good. It looks golden brown, but it wanted to stick. So I would probably recommend not using the fresh ground cheese. Maybe use the bag cheese. Let me get that, pick that up there, that off there. Wipe my hands. So, does anybody have any questions? You guys are all so quiet. Yeah. So, with this, I'm actually going to show you, I've made these up. I'm going to store these, and then I'm going to bring you in a few days. I'm going to bring you a different recipe using these ingredients that I have here. I'm going to show you what I do, and just give you a few more options for the healthy griddle cooking. How are you guys doing? Are you guys making any headway? I'm about the same. I really haven't gone up. I haven't gone down too much. You know, yeah. So my healthy cooking, you know, is helping. I'm not gaining any weight because I did gain a little bit of weight over the Christmas holiday season, and I guess I have kind of lost that. So I'm not doing too bad. But I guess if you guys don't have any questions, just make sure to go to my website, either from Michigan to thetable.com or go to mygriddlesecrets.com, and you will find all kinds of stuff there, different griddle stuff. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you guys have questions or anything, just feel free to put them in the comments. I read those comments afterwards, and I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to continue this series through the month of January. So if you've missed anything, make sure to go back and watch some of my other cooking segments that I have done. And I hope you guys have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.